When are you going to do it? Zoe asked as we waited for Dion to polish it. He was taking forever. Macy drummed her fingers on the counter impatiently. How long does it take to polish a ring? I thought to myself. I don't know. Kaylin said he could take Valerian tonight. I could try to make us dinner and do it tonight? I said try because the smell of food really made me gag. He may be eating Chinese from a container. How romantic, not. Although, I should probably buy Chinese after I dropped Valerian off at Kaylin's because the more I thought about it, the less it seemed possible I was going to be cooking. Yeah, do it tonight before you chicken out, and I will tell Tatum, Macy says, peering through the door out the back of the jeweler's. Really? You're going to tell him? I ask. Macy sighs but nods her head. Yes. Well, if you have the guts to propose, I should woman up and tell him, she says. So much going on today, so exciting. Zoe gushes. Exciting? I am about to possibly ruin my relationship while she gets married, Macy says, nodding toward me. Tatum won't leave you over something you can't control, Zoe says, and I agree. He didn't seem the sort to run just because he couldn't have kids. He loved Macy. We'll see, but I am about to jump this counter and polish the damn thing myself, Macy growled. Kaylin was all right with taking him at short notice. I can take him for the night if you want me to, Zoe offers. No, he seemed excited, I tell her. What did you tell him? Macy asks. Told him I wanted to have dinner with Valen, I shrug. Dion finally returns, and he looks extremely sweaty and nervous. Are you okay? I asked him. Yeah, just not feeling well, Luna. Ah well, then that is our cue to leave before you give us whatever you got. Macy growls, stepping back from him like he has the plague. Dion chuckles, handing me the small jewelry bag and my receipt. Thanks. I tell him before we all leave. We had to race to the school because that took way longer than we thought. Macy bought another cappuccino as we left, sneaking it to me when I hopped in the car. I sighed in relief before reaching into the tote bag in the back. Macy took the decaf coffee jar and emptied it into a bin near my car before Zoe filled it with real coffee that she snuck from home. I did not give that to you, and if he finds out, I will totally deny it and blame Macy, Zoe states with a soft laugh. Wait, why blame me? Macy asks. You're scarier than Marcus, Zoe says. Macy clicks her tongue and folds her arms. Is that so? She asks. Marcus thinks so. Besides, Valen is his alpha. I can't get him into trouble, Zoe tells her. Oh, I see. Choosing cock over your sister. I will remember that, Macy tells her. No, I am not. I just know you would protect me better than Marcus, Zoe says, batting her lashes at Macy. Yeah. Whatever you say, Macy says. He won't know. It is the same jar, and I'm a werewolf, not a bloody human, and Doc said caffeine has no effects on war babies. He is just being anal. I growled, twisting the jar lid back on. I placed it back in my tote bag before we said our brief goodbye. Yes. And I followed the girls to the school. We waited out the front of the school for the bell to ring, leaning against the brick wall out front. Geez, my hands are sweaty. I am so nervous, Macy says. Yeah, I feel a little nauseous myself. Should I get down on one knee? I have no idea what I am going to say, I admit. I say go all alpha on his ass and toss it at him and say we are getting married, Zoe says aggressively. Gosh, calm down, Mighty Mouse, why so aggressive? Macy says. Channel your inner alpha female, Zoe states, and I raise an eyebrow at her. She is an alpha female, Zoe. Macy laughs. I guess you're right, so yeah. Do that. Why not? They mark away without asking. Just shove it on his finger and say pick a date. Yeah, don't listen to her, but I probably wouldn't get down on one knee. I just couldn't picture that, Macy says with a shudder. You two are not making me feel any better, but what will you say to Tatum? I ask Macy. No idea, but I will wait until Taylor is in bed, then I will bring it up. Want me to take her? Zoe asks. Really? That would be good. Then I can try to tell him. No. I will tell him at dinner he is always in a good mood at dinner time. I would be too if my future mate was a chef. Zoe says. Fill in, chef. I am not a chef, but yeah. I am a pretty good cook, if I do say so myself, Macy says. Make him that creme brulee he likes, that will soften the topic. Zoe tells her. I don't know. She groans, but yes, I will make him something nice, but Tatum really wants more kids. It will be fine, Macy. I tell her. She bites her lip nervously, and I had never seen her so anxious about telling someone something. Macy had no filter, and at times her words could be brutal, so to see her so nervous told me she really liked Tatum. The kids came racing out when the bell rang, and Macy made arrangements with Zoe to drop Taylor off to her, and I buckled Valerian in. Ring me if you need me. I tell Macy, and she nods. Good luck. Zoe calls to both of us. And I will see you at 4:30 p.m. Mace. Zoe calls out. Macy waves to her and nods once before climbing in her own car with Taylor. Jumping in the driver's seat, I headed home and got a bag ready for Valerian and packed him some clothes for the night. However, when I got to Kaylin's, he didn't seem to want me to leave. He kept wanting to show me stuff and talk. Man, could he talk the leg off an iron pot? I tried to remind him I was going to cook Valen dinner tonight, but still, he insisted I stay. Definitely Chinese food, it is what I declared by the time I was about to leave when Valen mind-linked me just as I sat in the driver's seat. Having fun with Dad? Valen laughed. Did you set me up? I asked him, and he laughed through the link. Yep, Dad said you were dropping Valerian over and were going to make me dinner? Well, it looks like Chinese now. It's almost dinner time already. I say with a sigh. Good thing I organized dinner then, Valen says. It better not be your sausage. I was actually planning on cooking actual food. I growl. It is real food, but you will definitely have a feed on my sausage later. Valen laughs. What are you making? Hurry home and you'll find out. Valen purrs through the mind link. I laugh and cut the connection. Driving home, I parked underground before grabbing the small velvet box out and slipping it into my handbag. It felt like it weighed a ton. I couldn't believe I was actually going to do this, and my palms became sweaty as I waited for the lift to take me to the top floor. Nerves twisted in my stomach as I pushed open the door while giving myself a pep talk, Zoe's idea sounding better and better. Yep, I was going to do what she said, or I would chicken out. I wandered down the entryway, flicking the hall light on and shaking my head, wondering why it was so damn dark. And I knew he was home, and I could smell something cooking. Valen? I called out, but got no answer. I muttered to myself, and dropped my bag on the hall stand, rummaged through it, and grabbed the small box out. Gulping, I turned the corner into the living room and kitchen to find the whole place lit with candles on every surface and rose petals. Stunned, I stopped and gaped, wondering how long I was gone, knowing this must have taken some time to set up. It was only 5:30 p.m., and I left here at 4:30, and there were hundreds of candles. I considered the fire risk briefly when Valen cleared his throat, making me realize he was right in front of me on one knee. I planned on doing this next week. But Dion called, so I had to improvise, Valen says. How? I asked. This would have taken more than an hour? Marcus and Tatum, while I cooked and screamed like a banshee for them to light them and rip roses apart, Valen chuckles. You don't get to take this from me. He whispers before turning his palm over and opening a velvet box, revealing a ring. I watched, I saw, and I loved you more, so Everly Summers, will you marry me? Valen asks. Thank God, he asked, because I was about to chicken out, yet I couldn't stop the stupid grin that split onto my face or the tears that rolled down my cheeks as I nodded my head. Yes, I replied, and he let out a breath before taking my hand and slipping the ring on my finger. I peered down at it. Recognizing the ring, only now it was shiny, and the stone was replaced. Is this? I was about to ask, recognizing it as one of Valerie's rings, and he stood up. My mother's, yes. Valerian helped choose the stone, but he slips the ring off, showing the inscription inside it was what he said. I watched, I saw and loved you more. I will spend the rest of my life loving and watching you, he whispered before slipping the ring back onto my finger before lifting my chin and kissing me. I kiss him back before remembering his ring in my hand and pulling away when he growls, gripping the back of my neck. His lips cover mine again as he kisses me deeply, his tongue dominating my mouth. Oh, well, I guess I'll give it to him later, I thought as he pushed me against the entryway hall stand. My ass hit it, making everything on the top rattle, and my handbag fell off with a thud. I put the ring box in the small bowl that rocks precariously on the edge when he grips my thighs, making me shriek as he sits me on top of it. He chuckles, his lips moving to my neck, but I grip the collar of his shirt, yanking him toward me. I bit down on his lip with a growl and kissed him as he pushed himself between my legs, my fingers working down his button, trying to undo them as lust burned through me, searing my veins and making my skin warm. My fingers trailed down the hard ridges of his chest and abs before I tugged on his belt. Valen's tongue tangled with mine in a fight for control that I was on the verge of losing when I pushed him back, trying to undo his damn belt. His fingers wrapped around my wrists, prying my hands away before his arm went around my waist. The other to my thigh before he hoisted me higher and nearly stumbled into the dining room table as I wrapped my legs around his waist when he growled about to press me against the dining room table when I pulled away and shrieked. Candles, candles. I tell him as he nearly lifted and cooked my ass on a heap. Whoops, he laughs, turning and heading for the bedroom. No! Put them out first, I gasp, and he groans before moving toward the table and blowing them out quickly before he turns toward the hall leading toward our room. What about the rest? Now I had pointed out the candles. I kept thinking of the fire hazard in the living room, dining room, and kitchen. Valen did not seem to care as his lips left mine and nipped at my chin and neck before his teeth grazed over my mark, making me grip his hair to tug his head back. His hands squeeze my ass, and I moan into his mouth. But the candles. Valen, the candles, I murmur around his lips that assaulted mine as he pushed me against the bed and pressed himself between my legs. His weight kept off me with his arm beside my head as he rocked his hips against me, making me moan softly. Valen, the candles. Candles! I shrieked, and he groaned, pulling away and looking down at me. They're fine, he growls, nipping at my lips, but I shake my head. Everly, I will smell them if they set anything on fire, he says, and I purse my lips. Geez, woman, you're a pain in my ass, he purrs before pushing off me and walking out, muttering about having to blow out the candles. I heard him groan and I laugh as he blew them out. Fuck. Whose stupid idea was this? I hear him curse, and I laugh as I move toward the edge of the bed and remove my shirt and bra when he walks back in, tugging his belt from his black slacks.
Sometime later.
It was the incessant noise of my phone ringing that woke me the next morning and had me untangling myself from Valen. He growls, trying to tug me back to him while I lean over him reaching for my phone. The screen lit up, and it was still dark outside, so it must have been early. Valen's hands trail up my sides before he purrs, his lips locking around my nipple as I snatch my phone from the bedside table as I lean over him. Peering at the screen, I see Macy's picture pop up on the screen. I sit up and Valen tries tugging me back to him and successfully pulling me on top of him. I push off his chest, straddling his waist as I answer it. Valen's hand rubs my thighs as he mutters under his breath. Macy? I ask, answering the call and holding it to my ear. Macy? I say again when I hear a choked whimper. I didn't know who else to call. I can't go home. My brother moved back in with my mother when I moved out. Zoe's place is too small, and you know we clash when living with each other, she says before sobbing. Mace, what's wrong? Can Taylor and I come stay the night? I know it's terrible timing, but I told him, Evie. I told him and he stormed out. I don't want to be here when he gets back, Macy cries. Of course, come over. I will set up the spare room, I tell her, and she quickly says goodbye. Valen stares up at me, his amber eyes glowing in the dark as he peered up at me. "What's going on?" he says. "I think Tatum just broke up with Macy," I murmur, and he sits up. "What?" Valen says, shocked, but I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure what was going on myself. I climb off him and retrieve some clothes. "I need to set up the spare room," I tell him, and he gets up, grabbing some shorts. "I'll help," he says, and I nod, and Valen pulls his pants on.
POV.
I felt like an idiot ringing Everly, but I couldn't sit there and try to hold myself together in front of Zoe. She was too emotional, and seeing her cry would make me bloody cry. The woman was a damn onion. Zoe wore her emotions for the world to see. I loved that about her, but I just wanted silence right now. Everly was the opposite. I swear she is made of steel. It took a lot to break the woman. Everly was our rock. She was the glue that held us all together. She never judged, questioned, and was just there when you needed her, no matter what. So that is why I chose her. I would have gone home to Mom, but even she wasn't an option. She would blame me, and rightfully so. Mom loved Tatum, and so did Taylor. Now Tatum was just another person ripped away from her right as she got used to them, another way I had failed her. Taylor was at Zoe's, and I was going to go over and pick her up, but I decided against it as I climbed into my car. I felt terrible knowing I was ruining her night, yet I knew Tatum would come home eventually, and I couldn't face him. I just hoped he only needed time to get himself together. I should have known better. Werewolf men are all the same. They want heirs, something I couldn't provide. Was it too much to ask for somebody to want me and not what I could give them? My phone vibrates as I am about to pull out of the driveway. I stop, and my hands are racing to dig it out of my handbag shakily. Tatum's name pops up. It is only a text message, and I open it. "Tatum, can you leave the back door open? I have lost my keys." "Macy, I'm still home, I haven't left." "Tatum, I will grab some clothes tomorrow while you're at work." "Macy, want me to drop some clothes over to you? Where are you?" "Tatum, no, and I am at Creed's place. I don't want to see you right now. Just leave me be. You and Taylor can stay there until we figure something else out." "Macy, I'll leave my keys in the mailbox for you. I am not staying in your house while you sleep on your friend's couch," I replied before tossing my phone back into my bag. It rings, and I ignore it. I don't want a handout, and I am not living in a house that belongs to someone who wants nothing to do with me. Turning my car off, I twist the house key off before heading inside. I grab one of the moving boxes from the shed and load up some of Taylor's toys that I know she won't go without before grabbing her school clothes and my work uniforms, and our documentation. The rest I will organize to pick up later. If not, I'll just dip into my savings to replace it. I knew how this worked. It wasn't the first time I let myself get my hopes up. Once I had my bag packed and a box under my arms full of Taylor's stuff, I flicked off the lights and locked the door. Dropping the key in the mailbox before popping the trunk. I drop everything in before climbing into my car. I drove to Everly's, angry with myself. If I had told him from the start, I could have avoided all this. We would still be perfect strangers that fucked once on a desk. How it should have remained. Yet as I pulled up at Valen's and Everly's place, I couldn't bring myself to get out of the car. My mind was plagued with what I would tell Taylor. She really likes Tatum, and he was good to her and the first real father figure she had. Her own father was a dropkick. Taylor's father, Preston, beat me when I told him I was pregnant. He hoped I would lose her. I was warned by my mother not to get involved with him. My mother was right. He was no good. Mum then patched me up, and we waited to see if I would miscarry. But my girl was a fighter. My next encounter with Preston was at the shopping center when I was with Valerie. I lost sight of Valerie as I wandered down an aisle with Taylor. Yet the panic I felt when he walked into the same aisle with his pregnant sister nearly made my heart stop. Preston looked into the pram and snarled when he realized he didn't successfully abort his own child. I had left the aisle in search of Valerie when she couldn't be found, so I went to the parking garage. I had just gotten Taylor into her car seat when he attacked me from behind. He slammed my head into the door trim, splitting my forehead open. Luckily, the keys were still clutched in my hand, and all I kept thinking was that I needed to lock the car. I needed to protect her from him, so I hit the key fob and got to my feet as he tried to rip the car door open. Me or her. And I chose her. I would always choose her, even if it cost my life. That's what being a parent is. You give your last breath so they can take another. I was a rogue, and Preston was Slasher Pax Gamma's son. His reputation was on the line, and Taylor could destroy it. So I did the only thing I could at the time. I hit the speed dial on my phone, which was Valerie's number. I then dropped the phone while he smashed the windows, trying to get to her. Until Valerie could get to her, I needed to keep him distracted. And that's what I did. Taylor was screaming her head off in the car, but I just kept thinking I couldn't let him touch her, so I kept getting back up. So, as he reached through the driver's seat window to unlock her door, I picked up a broken piece of glass and plunged it into his neck. Valerie came out moments later, frantic with a bat she had stolen on her way out that she grabbed from one of the display stands. Yet it was too late. Preston was bleeding out at my feet, and I was looking at prison time. Or so I thought. Valerie had grabbed my arms and shook me because all I could do was stare at his dead body, choking and gasping for air as he stared at me helplessly. "You didn't kill him," Valerie said to me. I remember staring at her when she raised the bat and hit him in the head. Once, twice, thrice. "I did. Now get in the car while I clean this up," she said. However, I couldn't function, and she ended up putting me in the car, and she made a call. At the time, I was in too much shock for it to register who she called, yet he came. "Get home. I will take care of it," Kaylin told her, and that was the end. Kaylin took the rap and said it was self-defense. The camera footage miraculously disappeared, and it was splashed over every newspaper about how Slasher Pax Gamma's son attacked the Blood Alpha's father. Only 4 people really knew what happened. Valerie, Kaylin, and Everly, and myself, because when Valerie brought me back to the hotel, she rang Everly to help clean me up. After that, we never spoke of it again. Yet today, I still have the bat Valerie gave me. After that, she put me in self-defense classes and watched Taylor for me while I went to every class, determined not to feel helpless again. Yet right now, as I sat in the car park of Valen's hotel, one so similar to that place, I was reminded of that helplessness, only this time it was my fault. My phone rang in my bag, and Everly's ringtone played. Reaching over, I grabbed it out and answered it. "Where are you? Did you pick up Taylor?" "No, I didn't want to wake her or Zoe," I answered. "Okay, where are you?" she asked. "In the car park," I admit. I just couldn't be bothered moving and destroying their good night while mine fell apart. So stupid. So stupid. I thought when the phone hung up. I couldn't remember if I said goodbye or not, or if I hung up on her. I felt numb, stuck in memories of men's worst and the one good one. I drove away. The driver's side door opens. "Move over," she says, and I unplug my seatbelt and slide into the passenger seat. She climbs in, starting my car before leaving the underground car park and going to the rooftop car park. She parks up the top and swings her door open. "Get out," she says, walking to the front of the car. She then climbs on the hood and rests her head against the window. "Everly, it's freezing. And you're pregnant," I tell her, but she pats the hood, and I roll my eyes. "Best warm me up then," she says, and I laugh, climbing up beside her. She wiggles closer, the metal creaking under our weight. Everly rests her head on my shoulder, and I wrap my arms around her. And she asks what happened and I explain, then we watch the sunrise together. "Where's Valen?" "Dunno. Probably still inside," she says. "I'm sorry for ruining your night." "Nah, you're good. Valen knows us girls are a package deal," I laugh because she was right. No one would ever come between us 3, we had a sisterhood stronger than any bond. He'll come around, Mace. Everly says. And if he doesn't? I ask. Plan B. And Valen gets an extra wife, she laughs. I sigh. Everly could always switch a situation. I am dreading telling Taylor, I admit, and she nods. It will be all right. She has you, Zoe, and me. I nod, knowing she is right. We had each other. Always each other. We lay there in silence, watching the colors of the sky change when someone clears their throat. I turn my head to find Valen holding a blanket and a tray of coffees. Room for one more? Or will we break this rice bubble car? I laugh because we have definitely dented the hood, yet we shimmy over, and he climbs on next to Everly, passing us our coffees, and Everly raises an eyebrow at him. Don't think I don't know that it was Macy or Zoe swapping out the coffee in that jar, he says, kissing her cheek. It was me, I lied for Zoe, and Everly laughed. Valen clicks his tongue. You three are terrible, but I'll let it slide. He laughs while chucking the blanket over the three of us. Did Evie tell you may have an extra wife? I chuckled, mucking around with him. Really? Sounds like a bad reality show, he says, kissing her head and rubbing her arms to warm her freezing skin. I will have the hotel set up one of the apartments for you until you and Tatum sort everything out. If you don't, you know you're always welcome here. Until your hotel opens up, then I'm sure you'll want to move back there, Valen says. Yeah, true. I could stay with Zoe if it puts you out too much, I tell them. Or you could stay at one of the apartments there since you own it, Everly says when Valen moves, digging in his pocket. He hands me some rolled-up documents. What's this? I asked. We wanted to give it to you and Zoe when we opened back up, Everly tells me. I unrolled it and looked at it to find the title changed. Mine and Zoe's names are now on it, as equal partners with Everly. I can't accept this. Zoe won't accept this. I tell them, shaking my head. You can and will. Everly wanted to cut you girls in anyway, but I don't want her taking your money. Save it for the arcade. But you all built that place, made it what it was. And you looked after my mate and son when I didn't, so I will foot the bill as my way of saying thank you. And you will accept and sign it, Valen says. And you're okay with this? It was your mother's, I asked him. Of course. Besides, you just said I had an extra wife, so I'm not losing anything, he laughs. Guys, I can't. If not for you, accept it for Taylor. Everly says, cutting me off. I nodded, and Zoe was going to lose her shit. Thank you, I tell them, not knowing what else to say. They both nod, and Everly lifts my arm and places her head back on my shoulder.